We'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast for the Quantum Thinking Sales Bootcamp training. Today's going to be a short one, fast one. These are often the best ones. Wish they were all this good. Kenny, what you got?
Uh, I don't know that I've got anything.
So what Kenny's got is how does he learn to be a driver? So he's
Often,
expert. Go ahead.
so last night I was close. I mean, I don't probably as close to that as I was ever have ever been. And then my biggest concern then was overreacting or getting out of control.
Right.
And so I just
Shut the power plant down.
yeah.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I do that a lot, and it's not wrong or bad. But so now you're in my world. You're like, now I'm in Mark's world. As soon as you said, I'm like, I know where this is going. I don't know the details, but I know the big picture of it. And so you get into my world, and then you have an understanding and say, dang, Mark's in a tough world. Like he just is. And I had the same situation all of a sudden with Life GPS, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of data that's gone, like a bunch of stuff. It just disappeared. I'm pretty sure there's only two people that could go ahead and do it. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't Schwabe. So Schwabe's kind of dancing around the thing, but I looked at his personality and it might have saved it. And so I'm like, was this Adam in an email? And Schwabe didn't respond. And so on the call yesterday, Schwabe went ahead and said, Mark, honestly, I was not happy with you that you called Adam out. Holy cow. And I just shut the power plant down right then and there. I'm just like, really? And then I'm thinking about training AI and the personality stuff. I said, well, what would AI do? And it's like, well, look at Schwabe's personality. And sure enough, his personality is amiable in pain. So in the Geo, he and I are the exact same personality. We're analytic and then driver and then amiable and expressive. He and I are the exact same personality in the Geo test, but when we get into pain, it flips. And I go to driver as my primary when there's pain, and he goes to amiable. And it was a beautiful interaction. And he felt better getting it off his chest, and I think we're all good. But understanding the personalities and what happens, and when you shift in pain, what happens there, I'm having a new appreciation for it. And so, anything else, Kenny, you got?
Um. So last night when Terry called me, I would just he just let me have it, and I let him because he needed somebody to give it to, so I was there for that. Um, and
Is he
so
a
that whole
driver
conversation,
personality?
sometimes I don't. Yeah, he's definitely a driver amiable.
Okay, copy
Um,
that.
and then like some of that don't know how to bring it or what to say in the initial of the customer's venting. I don't know
Yeah.
what
So
to say when that.
if you have a driver venting, they're like a tank. I mean, like a military tank. They're coming at you 60 miles an hour. When you go ahead and have a tank coming at you 60 miles an hour, what do?
You move.
You move. You don't stop. You don't explain. like, like, like things are out of control. They were trusting that you were under control. They may have warned you about these things, communicated these things, and then all of a sudden, so you probably did what you just did, and you probably just acquiesced, and you just like, we're wrong. Sorry about that. What do we need to do to fix it? You focus in on fixing it, and then make sure we're not going to have, we'll clean it up. We're good for it. We're good for it. We're going to clean it up. And, sorry. And yeah, so you probably did. Did you win him over at the end?
Or started, yes.
Yeah. But see, I've been there. So I understand your pain. I mean, I do and I don't, right? I mean, I do from a perspective of it's just you're an amiable, so it's probably even more painful for you. And the analytic kicks in, and these two things kick in. And so people, they don't have empathy for you. They don't, because they've never probably been in that situation. And so you did good. Sorry about that. Good lesson though. Glad we got it recorded, get it into the Dreamscape, experience, get everybody to go ahead and understand the ego. It'll just kill you from learning, kill you from sharing, killing. I mean, it's just the ego is just, man, is it brutal. Luke, what you got?
So in that situation, like, how do you know what to expect from who?
Well,
So
Ed,
yes, Kevin hit the light box or the electrical box. That's not good at all. But I
you
feel
can,
like,
but you can relate to him.
okay,
Are you kidding?
right,
Okay, so you can relate to him, right? How many things have you hit?
right.
So if you document how many things you hit, how much damage, you've done, it's like you can relate to people. So I have a hard time relating to people because, I'm careful. Like a driver, they're careful and the driver analytics
Right.
are careful. They
That
just
road.
are.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Right.
So that's maybe why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking. So it's like it, Kevin, the odds were against Kevin big time with the communication he had from Kenny and I and the tools he got from Kenny and I. It's like, what do you expect from, how do you know what to expect? Or,
Yeah, so and that's why it's so cool that Kevin and I have the relationship. I think that we do. So he knows Mark really truly is more upset with himself than anybody else in this situation. He really is. You know, and if everybody, that's what I love working, with, EVAs because they're trained from
Then it's
birth.
gonna be like
They
4
go
miles
ahead
down
and
there.
understand, take ownership. If everybody takes ownership, like, hey, so Kenny taking ownership, you taking ownership, Luke, Kevin taking ownership, me taking. If everybody takes ownership, it's a fun place to work because we all screwed up. Like we all can get better. And um, so questions, Luke.
no.
So, I mean, when did you know the odds were stacked against him? When did you know that?
Oh, all along.
So, did you go ahead and think, what would Mark do in this situation?
I think I did, yes.
Did you do what I would do?
Don't know.
Do you think that
Probably
I would
not.
have, when you guys hit the box, when you guys whatever happened, did you guys go ahead and immediately inform Kenny?
No, I wasn't aware of that either.
Okay, and so did you go ahead and convey to Kevin, hey Kevin, we put you in a really hard bad situation? I have. Did you let him know that?
I don't think we did. Or I did.
So, so what do you think I would do in that situation?
I wasn't sure. Every time I think that, and I was like, I don't know. What would he do?
Communicate. You communicate like crazy. You go ahead and slow down. You're going around the corner. I mean, I could have died on my go-kart because I went around the corner and I didn't anticipate, didn't see the rut. I flipped the go-kart 3 times, wasn't wearing a helmet. Cheapers, Mark. Broke my cheekbone. Like it's just, and it's like, are you kidding? And I don't think I was doing crazy, but there were a number of mistakes. I live with that. Like I remember flipping 3 times over. It's like, Mark, you're you're not in your 20s, buddy. You're 60 years old. Like you can't make these mistakes. So maybe you can't go ahead and drive a go-kart. Maybe you can't drive a jet ski. Maybe your reflexes aren't as fast as what they used to be, or maybe you're not as young as you used to be. So you most people minimize the mistakes, especially younger people. They minimize it. They say, well, it's not that bad. It's this and this and this. And it's like, I didn't learn the lesson. I thought I did, but obviously I didn't. But my dad, he, was pruning a pear tree or something and fell out. And he was never, when he was like 60 or something. My father in law, he's been in construction his entire life. And I don't know, when he was like 70 or something, 60, yeah, 70, he went ahead and sawed the end of his thumb off. I mean, he picked it up, duct taped it, got it back to work, literally. Um, but it's the teenage principle. And so you want to slow down. You want to use more caution. You want to be more careful. I don't know. You want to call me and say, "Hey, Mark, here's the situation." I tried to think what you would do in this situation. I can't think. Can you tell me?
Got it.
And so, I don't know if Kevin's, he's kind of in and out. So, Kevin, we apologize to you to put you in that situation. Great learning situation. Appreciate your heart, your attitude. You're the type of person that, Dreamscape is looking for, that kind of leadership. It's a humble leadership. But there are things like, like we could have learned in the past, but we often don't learn the lessons we should. We learn things we shouldn't, don't learn things we should. It's like life is crazy. It's amazing any of us are still alive. Katrina, what you got?
So you had mentioned something about creating an SOP for daily reporting. What is that and what do I need to do or whatever?
So SOP is a standard operating procedure, and so it's a standard way of doing things. And so when this happens, this is what happens. And so on the job site, what we need to do for Dreamscape is we need to create an SOP. With AI now, it's a lot easier. You just plug the situation into AI and say, create an SOP. For this, it's probably not going to do it. A daily report. So you've done daily reports, and so you just create a document, SOP for daily reports, probably, and you just put it in there. And then what you're doing is trying to explain for the next EVA who comes on board, what to do. So you don't have to have a human. So you don't have to explain what it is. I don't have to explain what it is. They just read the document and then they know what they need to do. Does that make sense?
I think so.
And then the organization, like you don't realize what you're learning in the organization of the Life GPS, but there's thousands of videos for all different types of companies and all different types of things. So your brain is creating synapses and it's going to become more and more and more and more advanced. Your brain is going to, it's going to hurt. Don't take any, medication or, headache. Just go through the pain. You'll be fine. Uh, you're created to grow, and so you'll be fine. Anything else, Katrina, you got?
No, not for right now.
Are you rethinking your position about Mark just being direct with you?
No, I wasn't sure why you think that I don't want you to be direct. Like what makes you think
Here,
that?
because you're a woman. So, are you going to be on the Voices of Integrity podcast for young men today or not?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so we can bring it up in that podcast. We can bring it up in that podcast for sure. So again, this was a little different for a boot camp, but this is what it is. We're in the trenches. Stuff's happening. Stuff's flying all over the place. Uh, this has been a really good one. Unique and unusual. If you've been through all the others, you'll probably have context. That's why it's important to go through every one of the other. Always remember we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.